Hi, I'm Michelle Van Dam. I was born and raised here and baptized as an infant in the Catholic Church. I attended the Catholic schools throughout my childhood. Jesus was always a part of my life, but it was structured and a basic type faith that I had. I remember going to church till I was about 7 or 8, but never felt like we had the presence of God in our home. I was introduced to this church in my mid-20s and was taken back as it was something that I never experienced before, night and day from traditional Catholic Mass. I enjoyed coming as I felt I was able to learn and understand what being a Christian looked like and how to apply it practically in everyday life. I would attend with my girlfriend when we could make it together, then started mostly attending alone. I did this for about a year and found it started making me feel quite lonely and sad. I would see family and friends happily attending together, and so I eventually stopped going. I never created community. I've gone off and on since and listened to sermons online. God was still present in my life and He blessed me in many ways. 2 things that I'm most thankful for is God healing my oldest son from cancer when he was 6. The amount of support and love we received from the community, I believe, was also through Him. And helping me to get through nursing school while raising 2 kids with 1 on the way. I was grateful for all of His blessings in my life, but still never felt I had an intimate relationship with Him. In 2016, when I was about 34, I went through a divorce. I became depressed and I victimized myself. Why would God allow me to be in this position? I experienced a lot of hurt and trauma throughout my life, and now this. I was bitter. I started slowly giving in to selfish, sinful temptations. Like Ben's last service, it was small little decisions that I started making every day that slowly stacked up into a life I never thought I would be in. I allowed things into my life that provided temporary satisfaction. I kept lingering in sadness for years as I couldn't understand why God would allow me to go through this for so long without any significant positive change in my life. I was struggling. 6 years later, I was running on empty and feeling really desperate for change. Emotionally, I hit rock bottom. I finally decided to pick up my Bible, something I always avoided before. I made a new rule for myself to start devoting time to God every morning, which was about 10 minutes when I first woke up. I wouldn't look at my phone. I would pour a coffee and go back to bed and read. I would read a daily devotional, then read my Bible, praying that God would speak to me through what I read. Fast forward 2 years. I cannot even begin to explain to you how profoundly reading my Bible has changed my life. I have never been much of a reader, but find myself reading more and more every day. He has been so kind and gentle with me over these past 2 years, slowly, day by day, working on me. The more time I give to Him, the more I feel His presence, love, peace, and guidance. A true gift, a feeling that I never felt before. He began speaking to me. He told me that I didn't need to drink anymore, something that is so culturally accepted and normalized. I would have never had the strength to do it on my own, but He made me lose the desire. I experienced more intimacy with Him through fasting. That helped me understand the true meaning behind self-discipline and why it's so important for our faith life. The reason why I want to share my story with you and the message I want to get across is that this entire time I thought I was a good enough Christian. I also felt that giving up my sinful nature would be giving up my freedom and happiness and doing what I pleased. What I realized after laying my sins at the foot of the cross is that they were actually holding me back from true freedom. Practicing obedience and self-discipline is something that I'm currently focusing on. Jesus called me to be baptized, but I also know that it was up to me to make the decision. I learned that I cannot expect God to keep working in my life if I only listen to Him when I want to. It defines a turning point in my life where I truly have changed my habitual, worldly ways and turned to Jesus and a life full of true happiness, love, passion, power, peace, gratitude, wisdom, and freedom from fear and anxiety. I feel like I'm experiencing what James 4:8 says. Come close to God, and God will come close to you.